The conference finals tip off Sunday and Monday. The defending champs have won 2 titles in 3 years. So, Steve Kerr, do you think the Rockets are the hungrier team?
I like where we are. Our guys have rings. That's a good position to be in. To me, the hardest championship is the first one, as an individual player and as a team, because you don't know. You don't quite know if you can do it. Once you get the first one, there's a little bit of house money, but you want it again because it's an unbelievable feeling. So I like our position. We're going to go in here knowing we're the defending champs, knowing we've got a couple championships here the last few years. Let's go get another one. It's a nice feeling to have and to go into a series with.
Stephen A., was this smart for Kerr to say?
I like it. The reason I like it is because I'm thinking about it from the standpoint that if you're Steve Kerr, you want to put the team on notice. Here they come. We won them. It was similar to what I said, Max Kellerman. It was similar to what I said yesterday. If you are Draymond Green, for example, and when you were talking about not paying attention to them or what have you, Steve Kerr essentially said, we're paying rapt attention to you. We are here. We are ready. We want to go for another title, but we don't mind saying that we want you along the way. We've got a championship. Does it come across as a bit arrogance, wearing that level of arrogance on your shoulders? Sure it does. You know what? We're on the perch. We're on top. You want to come get us and knock us off? We are here. I kind of like it, Max Kellerman. It doesn't bother me at all.
It was smart of Steve Kerr, and what he was really doing here was channeling Phil Jackson in a way. Steve Kerr is one of the most thoughtful coaches I've observed watching the NBA. He is, and we know that he's played and or coached for or worked in some capacity for or with a lot of great coaches. The 2 foremost among them are Phil Jackson and Greg Popovich, and this seems like a Phil Jackson thing to me. You know, Phil Jackson would send messages not only to his own team through the media, but to the opposition. And here is what's called a muscular move. It accomplishes a lot all at once. Steve Kerr is telling his own team, we're the best, but he's also signaling to the other team, you're not as good as us. It's a kind of psychological bully move that Phil Jackson would employ often, like a big brother move. You ever notice if you're anyone out there with little brothers, your little brother might be better than you at basketball. How often can he beat you one-on-one? Because you got that big brother whammy on him. And that's what Steve Kerr is doing here psychologically, throwing not just pumping up his own team, but putting the whammy on the Rockets like the big brother. And Stephen A. reminds me of Phil Jackson.
Well, I'm not going to say it was smart. I'm just going to say I like it, Max Kellerman. I mean, please don't get me wrong. Those are 2 different things. I don't care whether it's smart or not. I like it. I like that level of bravado. I like when the champion arrives and says, I'm here. You've been asking for me. I didn't ignore you. I wasn't deaf to you. I didn't ignore hearing what the hell I heard. You think that you're good enough to come knock me off? Here we are. I like where we're standing. We're 2-time champions over the last 3 years. We won a back-to-back crown because there's a difference between being the hunted and the hunters. When you're the hunted, the path to prosperity is significantly harder. We're not backing down from it. We want it. We don't care who's standing in our way, but we do have a special affection for you, the Houston Rockets, because we've been hearing y'all chirping along the way, whether it's your GM or allusions by certain players as to who was the big fish and how you wanted us and how you're built for us and how it's your time. It's not our time. We've heard all of that throughout the year. Well, now it's for all the marbles. It's a chance to get to the NBA Finals. That berth is on the line. You wanted us. You have us. Here we are. Let's get it on because we're planning on taking you out of here. And we ain't talking about taking just anybody out. No, our eyes are directly on you. I like it. Whether it's smart or not remains to be seen, but I love it because that's how I like champions to act.